Hey everyone, my name's Chris Lambert. On this channel, we talk Kanye West. And today we are talking Sunday service, but this is a special Sunday service. They've been happening for a couple of years now, and they're always cool, and especially the vibe of the post-Donda Sunday services that we've had at the end of 2021, start of 2022, in that warehouse with the light shining through has been really cool. But this one had a special component today, and I was actually getting ready to put together a video on this when I got an email about it that was giving some inside information, which is really cool to see. So you can see this is a press email to Travis and myself saying, on Sunday, February 6th, 2022, Hollywood unlocks Jason Lee, which, remember, Jason was the one who just interviewed Kanye a couple weeks back. He's the one that has been kind of being Ye's media muse when it comes to how do you battle the Kardashian machine, right? And after all of these years of the press kind of having their way with how they present Ye, how does Ye kind of start to have a say again in how he is being presented in the media? So Jason has been talking with him a lot about this, and now they've working together on what was today called the Future Brunch. So you can see self-made billionaire and creative genius Ye invited 50 prestigious black journalists to an intimate space and an open discussion at Ye's The Future Brunch. During this brunch, press and black executives discussed various topics such as disparities in black media, building equity and representation on the red carpets, reclaiming the narrative and humanizing black voices in media and storytelling, wiping out cancel culture, and more. It's not about me, it's about us, says Ye. They can't tell us what to say. We're too powerful. Following the panel, Ye's Sunday service performed in front of an intimate audience, the first time media was in attendance. That was one of the things that had been talked about ever since Sunday service started, was that it was mostly just family and friends being invited. There were some people that were like in the media that ended up there time to time, but it hasn't been something where it's like, oh, media's here, let's invite them to Sunday service. Please let me know if you can share this announcement with your readers with a link to imagery here. Yes. Why, yes, I can do that. Plus, Jason Lee would love to discuss his mission to continue to break barriers in media, creating a path for black journalists, and leading the charge in helping black artists and creatives reclaim their narratives. That'd be a great conversation to have. If you would like to speak with Jason or receive additional information, please let me know. So I think I will follow up on that. I'll let you all know how that goes. But you can see here more of the kind of press release, right? Hollywood unlocks Jason Lee joins forces with self-made billionaire music genius Kanye West. Genius, not just music genius, to elevate the culture, reclaiming the narrative at the Future Brunch, the first Sunday service to have media in attendance, and then the same quote that we saw before. But here we get our first image. You can see Ye, Jason Lee, Antonio Brown next to Ye, and the tables decked out in the motif of the moment for Ye this last year, which is that all black look. And then here we get Los Angeles, California. On Sunday, February 6th, Hollywood unlocks Jason Lee. And 50 black journalists came together to discuss the disparities in black media, the importance of reclaiming the narrative and taking ownership in one's brand, being 100% black owned, and more at Ye's The Future Brunch. The Future Brunch was opened by a few words by Ye and his mission on creating a movement rather than a moment during Black Future Month. This is the future, said Ye. There is no looking backwards, only forwards. The event was followed by a heartfelt video explaining how Ye wants to start taking control of his narrative, and concluded with a town hall discussion hosted by celebrity media personality Jason Lee and Michelle Mitchell, strategic communities program manager, media partnerships at Meta. Topics included Black future and elevating the culture, designation in media, the importance of equity and having a seat at the table, redefining Black stories and humanizing how we're portrayed in media, as well as the metaverse, among others. And the video in question might have been this. We know that Theophilus London was talking 5 days ago about recording this video. Everybody got together at 7 a.m. They're all wearing black. There was a time where Ye was in the middle. And he said, co-directed and produced a film this morning, care of Donda. Big thanks to Ye for giving me the chance to direct and contribute to his vision. So I wonder if this was kind of the film that was made for specifically this discussion that was going on, right? So a heartfelt video explaining, because we did see Theophilus editing together something the other day as well. Nearing the end of the roundtable discussion, Ye stopped the brunch to give Jason his flowers on continuing efforts in creating a path for black journalists, building a platform for artists to drive their narrative, and spearheading this powerful and much needed all black media brunch. Jason responded, I appreciate you giving me my flowers, but the purpose of this brunch is to give you all your flowers, says Jason Lee, owner of Hollywood Unlocked. Black journalists from notable publications such as Essence, Ebony, Billboard, New York Times, Vibe Magazine, InStyle, Forbes, etc. joined forces with Black executives at Amazon Studios, Fox Soul, BET, and Spotify to see how Black media can build a brighter future for the next generation and unionize together to help amplify more Black voices. Me and Virgil believed in Black design, said Ye. Now we need to invest in Black media. God uses me as a vessel. We declare Black Future Month, the future, not the past. Hollywood Unlocked's Jason Lee is a multimedia mogul and cultural disruptor who has unlocked the secret to success in Hollywood. In the competitive world of entertainment, Jason is continuing to break down barriers in mainstream media and give Black media a voice by breaking major news stories with A-list celebrities such as Kanye West, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Cardi B, and now curating a movement with an all-Black media brunch. Okay. Jason is continuing his mission as he continues to build his media empire and opens up his new multimedia compound titled Hollywood Unlocked Studios, giving content creators like himself a space to truly express themselves authentically and artistically, which is a huge thing. Like, one of the things that's... like, you look at the setup we have here, right? Where it's just me in my office with like this camera and mic. And we're lucky enough to have spent years building up an audience through our podcast to be able to afford nicer equipment, right? Like this Shure mic, this HD camera, which I want to get a better one, but, and to have just like a home office we can use for this kind of thing where I can make videos and do all of that. But not everybody has access to all of that stuff or space for all of that stuff. You look at NFR podcast, right, who have done a great job covering hip hop over this last year in both their podcast form, their YouTube form, and have really like grown and blown up. And they have studio space where they're able to, by means of somebody being like gracious to them, saying, hey, I believe in you guys. I like you guys. I'm going to give you space that maybe you can't afford right now in the way that other artists would be paying me like top tier rates, but I'm gonna like believe in you, let you come in here and film things. And having that studio space that gives you access to all of this technology to elevate your show to that realm where it's professional, right? Where you have professional sound, professional like video quality, professional editing software that you can use. You still have to do a ton of work yourself, but that can make a huge difference in people buying into your show and leveling up how they feel about you, how they view, how much trust they put into what you're doing. Like if I was coming at you from like a well-designed studio space every single day, or had like a company like branding behind me because they're backing me. Like when I was writing at Forbes for a couple of years, whenever I dropped that name, so many more doors opened for me, even though I was just a contributor, than not having that name attached to anything that I'm doing. So the fact that Jason is going to be opening this studio, which I'm guessing like a number of creative people in Los Angeles are going to be able to use to come through to film podcasts, shows, to rent space and do something. That's a huge opportunity for a lot of people. So I didn't read that before and just got very excited by that idea. It's just something that access is something that a lot of people don't have. So the more that people are able to give access to other people, that's a great thing. So it finishes up with today's conversation with all the most powerful Black people in media and Ye was a moment that will define an unstoppable movement, says Jason Lee. So we have that. We have some photos, which it's a shot by Sham. We see photo credit here is Hesham. Yeah, it was Sham. Okay. Hesham, Abdo, and you can see Ye and Jason just kind of talking, Ye and Jason talking, you know, all Black attire. And, this is them at the brunch. It looks like Jason White's giving a bit of a prayer before the meal. And you still get that light streaming through. It's so dramatic. And then here, this is a photo that was recently on Twitter, I saw, and people were reacting to. It's such a nice spread. Like those grapes look delicious. I'm a big fan of grapes. Here we see Ye talking, Jason looking. This might have been the opening speech that they were talking about. I feel like this is him pausing for a joke, and he just said a joke and he's just like, that was funny, right? That was funny. And then them laughing again. You can see how amused Antonio Brown is. And then Jason giving some talk, maybe thanking Ye. Or maybe this is them giving Jason their flowers. As you can see, everybody kind of applauding as Jason has the mic. And then what else do we got here? We have a few more. This is Ye and his kids. So we talked about it. There's Saints and then Shy and Psalm, which is cool to see them all just kind of like in a row, in step. Ye's smiling, looking happy. And the kids are at most of the Sunday services. I think for a number of them that we've seen in the warehouse, the kids are usually there like running around doing things. There's usually like a number of kids there running around. But then another photo of all of them. And then Ye talking to somebody as Jason and Antonio Brown talk. And then this was during the Sunday service performance. It feels very much like a fashion show, right? Like straight out of Paris Fashion Week. Everybody kind of watching the beauty unfold. And this is the final picture, which is just such a flex picture. I can imagine Sham here just being like, okay, Jason, let's find the perfect image. Like maybe scouting out that use of light this whole time, because the light is one of the coolest things going on in this warehouse. It adds such atmosphere. And it's just like, how do we best utilize this for a great photo? And our guy found it, because this is fantastic. Like this is like back in my day, this would be your Facebook like profile picture for a long time. You know, people don't really care about Facebook profile pictures anymore, but there was a time where this would have been one of the ultimate Facebook profile pictures that you could have. So going from that into the Sunday service itself, this is another behind the scenes photo. It seems like Theophilus has been doing a lot of directing, camera work. So here from his story, you can see he's behind somebody with a camera. All the Sunday services are filmed anyway, but it's like a heavy duty camera. It's not just this handheld thing that he has there, right? That has kind of like, looks like the matrix of leadership from Transformers, if that's a reference that anybody cares about, but is like the actual like shoulder cannon. And just filming everybody. So you can see like 50 people. It's a good sized room, like a good sized table. And then Sham had some posts on Instagram, and photos of Kanye here had some of the actual Sunday service, which we're going to have a whole other video about this, because there seems to be a Donda 2 song that the Sunday service actually performed a version of. So stay tuned for that. And then here we have a video of Ye and the kids as I think the choir's leaving or entering. One or the other, but yeah, always nice to see Ye with the kids. But that's it for the Black Future Brunch, and some updates behind the scenes about what was going on there, what the goal of that is. And I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it in the upcoming weeks or months. And, you know, if I get to talk to Jason more about this, we'll have a video on it. So that's it for now. Until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.